me to thank you all for showing up for this evening's Poetry Salon. My name is Maureen and I am your host for this evening. So welcome everyone. Thank you so much. So just a little bit of background. This platform was started last year. It's a platform that's dedicated to women. And it was born out of a book project that I actually started last year as well, which is called Letters to My Younger Self, where I'm inviting women from around the world to submit letters to their younger self full of love and advice. So the things that you would say, knowing what you know now, the things that you would say to yourself in specific areas of life. So to support that project, I've put on this event for poetry, and it has grown. It has just continued to grow and do well, and I've discovered some really amazing, talented women that I would never have met and engaged with had I have not done this platform. So I'm very happy to have started it. I'm very happy to be the host, and I'm very happy to be able to give people for whom sometimes this is the first time that they're ever sharing their work. So it's been an absolute privilege and an absolute joy. And I'm really pleased to say that we will be continuing this throughout the year. So make sure that you are signed up with us and you know when all of our events are going on. The lineup for tonight is a truly great one. It's the biggest lineup that we've had since we started. And we truly have an international flavor with us. We have artists from the UK and from the US, and we even have someone who's currently in the Middle East. I can't remember exactly where, but from the Middle East. So you are in for a very, very good evening. So as I said, please let them know that you are enjoying what they are doing by blowing up that chat and using those reaction buttons where and when you can. And with that being said, I would like to now invite our first performer to share with us this evening. This is a lady who is our first actual, not our first ever, but I mean, tonight she's our first of several international artists joining us. It's a lady that I met very recently, who in her own right runs several writing groups and has been writing for a number of years. And I'm sure she can share a bit about herself with you. She's all the way from the USA. I forget exactly where she is, but she can tell you. And that's Rose. Rose, I welcome you to unmute yourself and introduce yourself to the audience.
Hello, it's an honor. I'm from the Chicago area, and it's been a blessing to meet Maureen. Songwriting. I started a writers group about 18 years ago when my fourth child was little, and just encouraging other writers in there. And actually, Maureen will have a piece in the upcoming journal. But these are a few poems that I had written. My mother has since passed about 8 years ago, but she had dementia, but when I read poetry, you could see the joy coming back in her face. And I'll start with this. So may these bless you. Poetry in bloom. My mother would recite to me rather recently a verse from memory about the beauty of a tree and how its beauty pales so much man-made poetry. But as her vision, speech, and memory fade, I, her daughter, open a book of poems we'd saved, a longing it would fill, which we didn't know we craved. As the words fall from my lips, watering a garden past, now bringing forth trees and blossoms that forever last. And I see upon her face the brightening of recalling sweeter days, fleeting fast. That beautiful tree, be it pussy willow, cherry, ash pine, or oak, is forever preserved in the garden of verse now spoke. In full bloom, fragrant spring, refreshing a heart at times once broke. My mom is sitting now on heaven's threshold. And I am blessed to share these words of beauty, fine gold, that bring this joy into being and a fullness of love to cherish and hold. With great joy and no more strife, Mom will soon reunite the bridegroom to his wife with the author of the word of eternal and all life. And just a few haikus. Catalpa canopy.
Sorry to interrupt you. It's really bad. No, it's fine. I just want you to explain what a haiku is.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm like, did I go over? I tried to time it. Haikus are short poems that have 7 syllables, and they're Japanese poems, so they're very short and they're very measured. They're not free verse, and it's just kind of like savoring the words, savoring and looking at just like a short. Okay, can't even find my words here. It's like looking at words and savoring a moment, just focusing on something, almost like if it's under a microscope with words.
Lovely. So, continue. Thank you.
You're welcome. Catalpa canopy. Strolling together under catalpa canopy, a sacred arbor. Seasick. Slow waves slap sailboat. Horizon looking crooked. Turning green. March, the month. Brown, gray, tan, everything. Gusts of wind snap off branches. Smile, see green crocuses. And the last one here is magnolia tree. And we are all, ladies, steel magnolias, even if we're from the north. Flowers that are beautiful and yet elegant and strong. Magnolia tree. Green leaves, bright blue sky. Reach up to pull bud to nose. Deep inhale. Magnolia. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Those are beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you for supporting the platform. Thank you for being a part of the platform. Thank you for the education. That's what the salon is all about. So thank you very much for that. Those are beautiful. Thank you for kicking us off in a great way. Thank you, Rose.
Maureen.
All right. Next up, I'd like to invite Clementina to unmute.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. A little bit nervous, but I'm good.
That's all right. Thank you for joining us. So you are, we just had Rose who was in the US. You're in England, I'm assuming, yes? No more.
Yes, South London.
Fantastic. All right, Clementina, I know that you're part of another project, which is your name there, Black Boy. Black Boy Magic. Do you want to tell us just a short bit about that and then go into your poems?
So literally last year I launched my small organization, hoping to raise the emotional well-being of boys and girls through poetry, affirmation, journaling and gratitude. Right. So yeah, I offered small workshops, but I literally only fell in love with writing during the first lockdown. So these are a few pieces that I'm going to share with you today.
Lovely. Go ahead.
The first one is called Black Love. I bet you know where I'm going with this title. On a journey from this reality to becoming who we're meant to be is vital. Fiction, not true, made up, imaginary. What I'm hoping from this chapter is a sense of community, where we write our story from a place of love, peace, strength, happiness, no losses. Kind of like the depiction made in Noughts and Crosses, without the hurt and unruly behavior as we treat one another in the highest of favor. So now the tale is birthed. We move harmoniously while we recognize our self-worth. This story is told by the strong and bold who actively reprogram their minds to uphold the nature of the Black king and queen whose true narrative is yet to be seen, while encompassing the ideas of the great Martin Luther King, who indeed had a dream. So in chapter 1, what I said was just a dip in the ocean, ready to ride the rigorous waves of motion. Let me reiterate, we as a people, our contributions to society are equal. Look at Gladys West, the inventor of tech for GPS. From our design to our resources, all of it shows we are following the right courses. Deflate the ball of all consuming, heightened emotions that are frequently looming. To act an emotion relinquishes the power that we have been entrusted with and allowed to devour. Be smart, choose what you are made of, to excel in all things and hold a majestic status. Teach one another, work together in unity, respect, keep the peace, one love, form a united community. The speech that Dr. King made in 1963 remains evident, you see, as we continue to face more than just unjust, then are frequently accused of being aggressive or creating a fuss. Okay, what do you want us to do? Should we use the tactics that Malcolm X preferred to? These are the times when we need to connect so we can move through change with no fear or no regret. Chapter 2 blew me away, but today is a new day. To quote another great, Maya Angelou states, there is no greater agony bearing an untold story inside you, and she is calling for authenticity to shine through and through. We see abundance, the sun that gives us warmth, the trees that provide us life, the breeze that blows away our stresses and strife, the sky that appears the bluest of seas, for the appearance of endless possibilities. The stars and moon provide a gateway to the universe. If we channel our energy right, we can attract like for like. What we put out is what we get. Let us keep in our hearts so we don't forget the need to keep our thoughts in a positive place, to manifest what we want to physically be in our space. The tenacity of the environment around should not remotely astound us. At these significant times of our lives, we can pursue and unearth the ultimate paradise. Paradise, what's that, you ask? Well, it's not what you've been made to think. That's all a far cry from what it truly means. Paradise is some place that can go unseen. You must go deep within to uncover the beauty of the wonders placed in your heart. This is your innate duty. You know the feeling that you cannot explain, like the rush of joy when you visualize socializing after lockdown again. That feeling when chilling with family and friends from morning until night ends. So pleasant and well seasoned is the spice of life. Is that thought creeping in really worth the sacrifice? This time has been an opportunity to reset just how we feel about you, period, no regrets. Remind yourself to be content with you and be free, to grow from a place of love and confidence and raise your level of self-esteem. Now let us refer to some of the greats, Marcus Garvey, Maya Angelou, Malcolm X, but a few to state, when they used love to make change and minimize the hate. So take some of your qualities and those within you, trust in the process of action, and you will see the essence of paradise that lives within thee.
Thank you very, very, very much for that, Clementina. Thank you. They were wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for blessing us. Thank you. All right, moving on. To those who have just joined us, I just want to welcome you to the Eve Publishing Poetry Salon. This is a event that was born out of a project that I'm working on, a book called Letters to My Younger Self. We've got people from the US and the UK performing with us tonight, so please sit back and enjoy. What I have said is that obviously on Zoom we can't all clap and cheer in the way that we would normally do if it was a live audience, but I do ask that you blow up the chat, put lots of comments in there, use your reaction buttons, do all the things that are non-audible to show your appreciation for those that performed tonight. The other thing I was going to say is that performers, please feel free to put any of your social media tags into the chat so that if people want to follow you, they can. So put your stuff in there so that people know where to find you. All right, moving on. I'm going to bring another somewhat international guest up to the Zoom room, the Zoom platform. This is a young lady who I heard performing at another event and was basically blown away by her talent, and immediately hit her up and asked her if she would be one of our performers at this event. She's somewhere in the Middle East. She'll have to remind me where she is. But Kayla, I invite you to unmute yourself and introduce yourself to our Zoom audience.
Hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. Yes, my name is Kayla, and I'm originally from East London, but I'm currently based in Dubai. So yeah, I guess somewhat international,
Yeah, let's push it. Yeah, we is international. All right. So, Kayla, you've got some time, but just tell us a little bit about stuff that you do, then go straight into your pieces for us.
Yeah, sure. So I'm currently a student. I study psychology. I also help run like social media accounts for a few Christian organizations, primarily based in the UK, stuff like A Step Forward. They basically run the UK Christian charts and promote different Christian events. And I also help another page called the Christian Busking Project, and they're essentially a project that aims to just reach people, homeless people, and help people just in the streets of London and evangelize to them and share the gospel of Jesus. But yeah, I love to write, love to sing, all that good stuff. Everything. Yeah, that's me basically.
So give us your pieces now. Wow us with your pieces.
Yes. I'm going to let it speak for itself. I'm going to let it speak for itself.
Right now.
Hey sis, I wanted to talk to you. I haven't seen you or heard from you in a while, so I thought I would just call up and check on you. I've noticed that you've been in isolation, and I'm not talking COVID. I'm talking deep life situations that have caused a void in your heart, and I don't know if you're addressing this in the right way, and I know you feel betrayed, but I just have to say that secluding yourself from the outside world is only going to delay your healing process. I heard your man left you a week before Valentine's. And I know that him cheating on you with your best friend came as a surprise that none of us would ever desire. And I'm so sorry to hear that you're in the mire, but I need to get some facts straight with you before you do something detrimental to yourself. You said you're ready to die. You said that life is worthless, life is futile. Why would a man that loves me play with my heart in this way? It's almost like he treated me as a trophy on display. And as for my best friend, I genuinely don't have the words to say. I wish that they would low-key just go to the grave, because that's where they belong. Not that I would do anything to harm them per se. It's not in my character. I just feel that way. Sis, I get where you're coming from. I know you feel betrayed and your heart is in pieces but building up hate. I know you probably don't want to hear this right now, but in all honesty, this state of heart is just adding weight. Now, I'm going to come back to what I want to say shortly, but I want to address this first. I don't want to hear that you feel that you weren't good enough and that your friend had something you didn't. This issue has nothing to do with who you were as a partner or a friend. Let's just set that straight. I also don't want the words "I'm a disgrace" coming out your mouth just because you haven't got a man to spend Valentine's Day with. And just because you now feel as if your group of couple friends are going to dismiss you from their friendship group doesn't automatically allow you to devalue who you are. Like, I get that Valentine's is a special occasion and all, and Instagram isn't helping by showing all of your girls cuff with their bays, nor is seeing Valentine's is coming. Where is your boyfriend? You're staying at home, lonely. And I get that you said he always showed you love on these days or expressed it anyway. But at the end of the day, Valentine's is just another day in the week, and you are not made for a day, but the days are made for you. Now back to what I wanted to say. There is a love that can heal the brokenhearted and bind up their wounds. There is a man that said, by his stripes you are healed. Now, I know you probably don't want to hear this, especially since I said there's a man, but hear me out. I know you feel like you were a caressed object only to be thrown away. I know that you feel betrayed and forsaken now that your man has been taken, but my God says that he cares for you and he will never leave you nor forsake you. I know that you blamed yourself for not being pretty enough, but my God says that you are beautifully and wonderfully made. I know you feel as though you are weak, but my God says that you are clothed in strength and dignity, and you can laugh at the days to come. I know that what you thought was the definition of love has been a lie. Your once open book personality, it fears it's closed because it now fears of having any more love chapters, because everyone thought they could freely rip out your pages when it was publicly exposed. But my God defines love as patient and kind. It does not envy or boast. It is not proud or rude. I know you've lost trust in everyone, especially men, but my God says to not lean on your own understanding, for he is not a man that should lie. I know that your heart feels confined, but trust me, seek Christ and watch the transformation in your life. That's it.
Well done. Woo, 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 woo. I told you she was great. This is why I had to invite her onto the platform. Well done, Kayla. Thank you very much, sweetheart. That was brilliant. Thank you so much. All right. Moving on. Gosh, what a power-packed evening it's been already. Thank you so much to those that have performed. Okay, up next we have another one of our international guests. This is a lady who signed up to join with us, and she can tell you exactly where she is and a bit about herself, as I call Sam Nick to unmute herself and
Hello.
into the Zoom space. Hi, how are you today?
I'm doing good. Am I in the right Zoom screen?
Yes, you are. You are. I can see you. I can hear you. So
Great,
tell us a
thank
little
you.
bit. Tell us where you are exactly.
Texas.
You're in Texas. Wonderful. How's Texas today?
Well, it's pretty good. Nearby there's like alligators and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool.
Okay, we don't want to be near those. Let's forget about that. All right. So tell us a little bit about what you do, and then go into your pieces for us, please.
Okay, well, I'm a writer. I've been writing for years. I actually just published a book a couple weeks ago, a poetry book based on inspired like true events that happened in my life. But I will start off with to my friend, my dear Becca. She's a good friend of mine, but she passed away from cancer. This was actually meant to kind of help me with a little bit with closure and stuff. So here goes nothing. There are many things to say before you passed away, but I don't think I can choose. I refused to let cancer kill you, but it did. Last mid-August, you weren't lost. God was merely taking an angel who fought with faith and grace, who was ready to see his face. I held the weights failing in my faith, afraid of seeing you in pain. My internal debate was displayed. Like the brave, I know you're awake. You were the one who embraced the ache. You wrapped yourself in faith. Rather than trying to escape, you fought off those snakes. Every day you did your best, fighting doubt and living out God's word. Remember those days? Those lunches, the laughter, another happier time. We'd sit by each other, and each day you'd teach me how to color and draw. I was always in awe when I saw your art. But that was when I learned that the world yearned to be unburned. Even as the fire spiraled higher and higher, you never shut down, nor were you knocked down. Forgetting the chemo, pills, and radiation, making a creation out of another situation. Temptation never took your hand. Salvation did. You accepted it. You accepted death. Even in your final days, you would never stray from God's way. The Psalms carried you to the stars, past the watchful eyes of those with broken hearts. Never slipping from the rope, you smiled down on us. In this, I grew lifeless because I couldn't cope. How do you get back to normal when staying forever mournful? I crumbled at your funeral. I remember the gospel, the symbols, the faithful and the painful. We may not see you on earth, but I want to let you know that you are an angel who's cradled in heaven and held in memories on earth. Yesterday feels forever, but don't worry, we will someday be together. Be in peace, Rebecca. It's time for you to sleep, surrounded by angels, not by machines. And that was the first one.
Thank you very much. Moving on. Okay, so I'm now going to introduce to you all of my guests have been special. Let me just start with that caveat. They're all great women, and I absolutely love them and appreciate them all. These are it's a group of women that I'm going to introduce to you now, but these hold an extra special place in my heart and are very dear to me. I can see them making faces now. But we recently launched our poetry workshop. It's a 4-week workshop where we go through looking at different forms and the different poetic devices that make up poetry, and then we share our pieces. So this group of women are our cohort, our most recent cohort, and a part of signing up to the workshop was that they get to perform at this event. So Marigold, you are up first if you'd like to start with your piece.
Thank you. So my piece, the stimulus was nature or a memory, so which includes in my case nature and food, as Maureen has said. So it's called, I've called it Come With Me Down to the Farm. Come with me to this wonderful place where many a happy day in my childhood I spent down at the endless happy farm. Where barefoot and carefree from morning till dusk, we would gleefully roam, knowing we would come to no harm. We would sate our hunger and quench our thirst on juicy watermelons, thorny cucumbers, wild fruit galore, and oh, my very favorite, sweet mangoes. Go on, my friends, search far and wide, high and low, but of this I am sure, you may never find fruit more delicious than those. Nutritious pumpkin, beans, and plenty varieties of legumes and their leaves, grandma would expertly steam and serve them all delicious with our ancient grains and roots and the tasty bream granddad caught down the stream. In our adventurous wandering, we would always find growing in abundance, vibrant in color and in varied shapes and sizes, wild mushrooms that we would eagerly pick and wisely let grandma skillfully discard those which, though beautiful and seductive, were deceitfully by their nature poisonous and, and no doubt would make us very sick. Animals, wild and tame, alongside us humans as one big happy family naturally grew. Scary hissing snakes, mooing cows, grunting pigs, clucking hens, crowing cockerels, and barking dogs too. The humans were grandma, granddad and his sister, aunts and uncles, and many a cousin. Gathered around the glowing fire on cold winter nights, our elders passing on folklore wisdom in many a discussion. Knowledge of our ancestral history, our culture, our roots, our family values, through entertaining and creatively relayed stories we got. But above all else, down at the vast, warm and happy farm, we learned respect, dignity, unity, harmony, and love of man, Mother Nature, and our wonderful creator, God. I bet you want to come with me now.
Epic poem there, epic poem. Thank you so much, Marigold. All right, next I'm going to call up Glenda if she'd like to share her piece with us. You can share your piece, Glenda.
Yes, my poem is a high bun, which is a prose with a haiku at the end.
Lovely.
And I wrote this when I was taking a workshop with Poetry of Resistance.
Great.
It's called No Choice, Her Blood, and I must give you, it has a trigger warning.
Okay, so if just in case anybody didn't catch that, Glenda's just said that there is a trigger warning in the, so something will be said that may trigger emotions in you, just to make
right
of that. All right, go ahead, Glenda.
No Choice, Her Blood. I was not familiar with all the bird species I was observing on the beach that beautiful sunny day, so I Googled it. Bird species you can see on Southern California beaches include pelicans, gulls, sanderlings, and numerous shorebirds. While I was watching them entertain and soothe my soul, I felt her touch my shoulder. She asked me to go with her down to the dark bottom of the ocean floor so we can destroy the new shark that is coming to take choices away, like it happened to her back in the day. She is my BFF and I love her, but what was this newfound mystery forming inside her mouth, whose lips are always ruby red? She never told me this part of the story, although I've known her many days and nights through the pain of her remembering the man and the people who changed her life. She told me it was a funky smelling bedspread inside a room with orange walls. And the woman said, "Raise your legs up high so I can get inside to take away what your man don't want, because he already got 5 he can't feed. You lucky he found me to help you." My bestie said, "I wonder why God created the beast of the ocean that devours the smaller fish and regurgitates them," as she did the next day from her womb, and the toilet bowl became the mainstay for fingers and toes, because the law said you can't go to a clean place with sterile white walls and soft blue gowns. but to a room in the back in the corner in the dark where babies never live. All the while she knew her plight was like Ntozake Shange wrote, for colored girls who have considered suicide when the rainbow is enough. And the lady in blue has her legs spread open, and she couldn't bear to have people looking at her while she got an abortion. So she is all alone. The new shark is being praised by the old boys on the Hill. Senator Lindsey Graham, South Carolina, chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, said, "This is the first time in American history we've nominated a woman who is unashamedly pro-life and embraces her faith without apology, and she is going to the court." Great white sharks have serrated blade-like upper and lower teeth. She cried a river that night, which ran through the open wounds of remembering and haunted her visions not related to sugar plums dancing in her head. I held her in my broken arms of helplessness, trying to soothe the harsh sounds of her dreading heart, as she thought of where we go from here, back to the orange walls or white. The loud sounds of death running down her legs, blood of her blood on the floor. Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much, Glenda. Woo! All right. Up next, I'd like to invite Lady J to share her piece with us.
A musical ode to love. 100 million songs written in your name. Bob Marley said he didn't want to wait in vain. A broken-hearted Amy said love is a losing game. Gregory Porter, standing tall, described when love was king. Nat King Cole, unforgettable, so sweet, pulling at many a heartstring. George Michael cried out for love in One More Try. Everybody Hurts by REM still brings a tear to the eye. Dolly Parton's I Will Always Love You is one of the greatest love songs of all time. Whitney, may your soul rest in peace as your spirit continues to shine. Sensually soothed by the voices of Marvin Gaye, Isaac Hayes, and Barry White. Finding myself in bed with Teddy Pendergrass telling me to turn off the lights. When I Need You by Leo Sayer teaches that love can be distant and alive with no limits. That's because love looks at the heart but touches the spirit. Billie Holiday performed to the crowds, her heart torn, while she sang with style and grace alongside the jazz horn. No one really cared about what she was going through. Sad, but true. I guess that's why they call it the blues. Ed Sheeran spoke of love whilst thinking out aloud. The Clark sisters' runs and riffs will surely propel your souls into the clouds. Love concerns walking by faith and not by sight. Stevie Wonder's Inner Visions is a testimony of that beautiful inner light. For me, one of the greatest medicines to heal all hurts and pains. There are 100 million songs written in your name, love.
Woo! All right now, well done. Remember she said at the start that she'd never written poetry before doing our workshop, but clearly a natural poet. Clearly a natural poet. Thank you so much, Lady J. All right, and up next we've got Wilhelmina. Would you like to share your piece with us?
Yeah, let me just get it up on the screen. This poem is called Missing because we've had so many deaths and bereavements in my family. And because I'm from a Caribbean family, and some of you will be as well, you'll know that we celebrate life when someone has died. And we get together and we don't leave the bereaved family. And we get together and we laugh and we remember and we tell stories and we cook food. And there are lots of children, all ages, running up and down. And we cry. Yeah. And that hasn't been able to happen. So this poem is called Missing. Fragile bodies letting go. She's gone. He's gone. They've gone. Leaving me out in the cold, shivering, shocked, shook up. Grief mugged me in broad daylight, threatening my composure, tearing away my outer casing, eggshell fine, baby's bones, ashes on the breeze. No hugs of reality, no stories dim with age unfolded, no gales of laughter seeping through open windows, sliding under doorways, causing curious neighbors to wonder. No large pots stewing, contents bubbling contentedly. No small children dashing through forests of legs. No teenagers leaning on walls, wearing squeaky new sophistication. Far too cool for school, nervous in their still ill-fitting adult bodies. No clink of bottles passed around, spirituous liquors having their day. No libations poured, no Catholic prayers intoned, no ancestors invited, no transition marked, no comfort in our grief. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Wilhelmina. Beautiful. Something I'm sure we can unfortunately identify with a lot more than maybe we would have done at other times. Thank you so much for that. All right, finally, from our wonderful workshop ladies, I'd like to invite Emily to come and share her piece with us.
Thank you. Yeah, so this was written during the workshop, but off the back of my diagnosis of breast cancer last year, and it's called Uninvited Guest. And from seemingly nowhere, you made your grand entrance, peacocking around my body, loud, proud, bold, brilliant, secret, sly. A master of disguise, sinister in the shadows, guest of honor at a masquerade ball. How long had you been hiding, leeching goodness? How dare you have been dancing near my cub? That was one step too far. He never liked you. He gave me signals. He pulled off your mask. Bliss interrupter, quietness disruptor, joy snatcher. Sleep now, rest up. Your partying days are over.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Emily, please make sure that you drop, I know that you've got an Instagram page where you share a lot of your poetry around cancer, not an easy subject to talk about, but I know that you're using your poetry to really help you through this time. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of other people will be able to find some therapeutic benefit from your writing. So please make sure that you put your Instagram page in the chat. Ladies from the workshop, thank you so much. You've all been brilliant. Thank you. They were very nervous and very brave to come onto the platform today and to share with us. And I'm so glad that they did. They've all done tremendously well. So thank you once again. And I'd like to share a piece that I've done with you before I introduce our next guest, which I think is quite apt for our current platform. It's entitled Zoom. And here goes. Zoom, 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 pop, pop, and then it's done. One more meeting to attend, and then there's none. In a matter of minutes, what seemed like a life overcome transitions to a race that has been run, but did I win? Did I win? Did I win? No, it's not a competition between myself and the others, nor a race to get back under the covers, but instead a chance to hear facts and more, a chance to see faces galore. Oh yeah, Ben from the 3rd floor. What's he in for? The screen looks like a prison, that's for sure. Shoot, maybe it is. All these people trapped inside, but unlike prison, some people get to hide their face, their skin, the state of the room they're in. Hiding, 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 all the time backsliding behind the static image. No one knows if they're even there when they can't see their bedroom hair, much less their vacant stare. Fancy backgrounds cover the mess and pretty tops disguise the bottom stress. It's all above the surface, surface, surface. It's all just surface, surface, surface. I should touch you. I should feel you. I should hear your rage. Behind a camera as effective as on the page. I know we can connect across the world and the stage in multiple places. Technology helps me to engage, but it gives rise to my God complex. But I'm not God. Hang on a sec. Omnipresent I can now be. Flip from place to place, flower to flower, just like a bee. But am I really taking in all that I can hear and I see? Stop and smell the roses. No, wake up and smell the coffee. This won't last forever. And who will I be? Will I have won? Will I have won? Will I have won? Improve me, soothe me, Zumba groove me, socialite in the night, link me up, Scotty. Just don't miss the point, Spotlight Queen, leading the underground on the screen. Yes, gather your people, keeping them coming, keep them keen, but don't lose sight if you know what I mean. There's more to this life than meets the eye. And if you eat one more apple pie, no, you won't surely die. But come on then, you try and lift that leg to the sky. I bet you'll kiss that morning run goodbye. It's more about the abolition of sunlight, nature, and good nutrition. Feed your soul, feed your mind. Don't needlessly keep feeding your behind. It's the only way you'll be inclined to shout hallelujah instead of you typing in the chat, can someone mute her? In any case, no matter what virus plagues the nations, whether corona, racism, sexism, religious hatred and degradation, make new friends from north to south and east to west. Talk business strategy while laying on your bed in your stripy vest. But just never forget, face to face, no mask, will always feel the best. Thank you. All right, next up, I'd like to invite somewhat of a veteran to our platform. She helped us launch and has been with us ever since. So Lady Siam of Rubies Red, will you unmic? She's looking shocked, like, oh, she was introducing me. Yes, I was. You are a veteran in your own right. I know you've got your Rubies Red where you share your poetry with women on your own platform, and then you've been with us since the start. So I think that qualifies as veteran, don't you?
I'm honored. Thank you. I'm blessed. I'm honored. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us again today. please tell us a little bit about yourself and then launch into your pieces that you're going to do for us tonight.
Okay, well, I'm actually a therapist. I love the creative arts. I love every aspect of creativity, writing, singing, performing, you name it, I love it. So I just didn't want to stop my creative flow, really, and I felt that it was a part of me and just wanted to continue. So that's me. Yeah.
Thank you.
So
Go for it.
Thank you for the platform to share, Maureen.
You're welcome.
All right, so I'm going to try a piece with music. I've not done this yet on the platform, so we'll see how it goes.
You can try. Well, maybe we'll leave that. Technical issues. Okay, go for it.
Okay, all right. Here goes. Where is the woman? Where is the woman? Today's real woman. The confident, self-assured woman, grown from the girl, maybe a lady, into the woman. Where is the woman whose stretch marks, wearing them proud to be a woman? Where curves fill out standing sound to be a woman. Every line, every contour which makes up the woman. Where is the woman? Where X chromosomes question why against the woman. Where another mother who bore no child found travailing is the woman. The mother to the motherless is the woman. The keeper of her household on the watchtower is the woman. Where is the woman who stands in the face of strain, holding up the hands of another is the woman. Fixing crowns, essential, priceless, valuable, precious. Today, where is that woman? She's everywhere. Silent warriors, silent warriors, silent warriors. Thank you.
Woo! And your music worked really well, so I'm glad I didn't interfere.
Okay. All right.
Thank you so much, Lady Siam. Thank you so much. And remember to drop your socials in the chat as well, and any links to any work that you've already put out there, please do share it. I'm sure there are many that will want to keep in touch with you, as with the rest of our performers tonight. So make sure they know where to get hold of you. Thank you so much once again for coming onto this platform and helping to make it what it is. Again, I just thank all of the ladies that have shared with us so far. You've all been excellent, and I really appreciate it. Right, moving on. I would like to invite a lady who I met whilst I was sharing a slightly different platform with her. She can tell you probably a little bit about that herself, but I know that she has quite an extensive history of writing herself, and has just launched up what I believe is her first book. So I'd like to invite the poet who writes her way to freedom to unmic and come to the Zoom stage. Are you there?
Hello everyone. Hello.
Hi.
My internet is a bit unstable, so I hope it doesn't
Well, we're gonna
cause
pray,
any
yeah,
delays.
Pray and believe that you're not gonna drop out, as long as you don't lose you. All right. So do you want to give us your a little bit about yourself, and then your work, and then your pieces? Oh, she's frozen. Honestly. Oh, great. You're back with
Okay,
us.
so I am a transformational coach. I am. Can you hear me?
Yep. You froze for a bit, but we can hear you now.
Yeah. So I'm an international speaker and a transformational coach, and I work with women to basically take them to a journey of self-love, helping them to release perfectionism and imposter syndrome, and helping them to become their best self. So I launched this book, Soul of a Woman, A Journey to Self-Love, last year, and it sold over 200 copies, and now it's coming in a Portuguese version, which is my first language. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Fantastic. Share your pieces with us. We can't wait to hear.
It looks like it's frozen a little bit.
We can hear you still.
Thank you. So I'm going to read a couple of quotes in between. And my favorite quote is by Maya Angelou, especially as it's International Women's Day, every day. My favorite quote is, "A woman in harmony with her spirit is like a river flowing. She goes where she will without pretense and arrives at a destination prepared to be herself and only herself." So a lot of my poetry in this book is about me becoming myself. So my first piece, which my daughter chose for me because we struggled to find one today, and I chose two. So my first one is called So Beautifully Carved, which is dedicated to all you women here on the platform. Pure heart of an innocent soul, vulnerable, beautiful, covered in gold, graciously sculptured with intricate lines, carefully created by the finest hands, with an eye detail so visually defined. Every inch, every curve designed to feel so divine. Eyes so soft with a deep gazing stare, so striking, so focused, that even a blinded soul will feel naked. A nose so distinctive, not to be teased but embraced. The lines of her African lips. Pencil defined so carefully drawn that the touch of her own finger would bring a sense so unknown. The softness of her mouth as her tongue gently moistens her pout. Her jaw confidently raised to reveal her neck that's so open to her vocally. Speaking words of power and strength that she holds deep within. The rise of her chest uplifts her collarbone, revealing a V of her breast so invitingly alive to each breath that she so sensuously inhales and exhales. The roundness of each breast protruding through her bra so inviting and ashamed from a lover's touch, but just his hot steaming stare. Wow, slow down. Shall I go there? Her abdomen creating bumps of a road that flows down into two shapely lines, creating curves that are so beautifully carved and seen so amazingly under her tightness of a bodycon dress, that any man or woman would want an opportunity to pull her close, just to feel the warmth of her breath, with an exciting, desirable, a hip separating, creating a pear-shaped silhouette, an apple bottom back that bounces out from the arch of a defined lower back. Wait, slow down. Am I going off track? Between their hips draws a V so divinely deep that only a man, deserving of a love and innocence, is able to stimulate through his words, his trust, stimulating her mind to connect with her femininity, bringing out the passion that transforms her, arouses her, and pleasures her. Her strength comes from the roundness of her thighs that can hold you, strongly embrace you, so lovingly accept you, openly invite you, yet carry a 70 kg weighted squat, making it look so effortless, yet weak to your touch and caress, that often suppress just to keep you engaged in a love nest. Her body is a work of art, created for love, within and without, not to be abused, destroyed, suppressed, frozen in shame, no one to blame but herself, for believing society's expectation of perfection from a woman, a mother, a sister, a daughter, a partner, one day a wife. Her condition as a child from her queen mother passed on, to nurture, to love, to give, to protect, to be strong, and always, always take care of her appearance, the family, the home, the world, themselves, to stand tall regardless, never to show weakness. So she always does and gives her best, till one day her spirit demands for rest. In this moment, she only has her creator's guidance to give her strength. First she whispers, I'm exhausted. Then she says, I can't do this. Till she shouts louder, I lost myself. With praying hands, nothing to lose, she surrenders. I need your help. He whispers, stop putting your body through the test. Then he says, child, it's time for rest. Finally shouting louder, it's time to wake up to your best. She believed she could, so she did. Begin to get to know her higher self by being selfless. She simply took the love she always craved, accepted she is loved by her creator, and discovered her worth. So here she is, unbreakable, still shakeable, beautiful yet vulnerable. loving yet humble, graceful, still wonderful, weak at times, yet resilient, not fully healed, but highly skilled on how to care for herself, show her scars, yet never lie. She sees your greatness before you do. She feels your pain, yet nourishes you. She never gives up. She is like me. She is like you. She is your spirit, your goddess. She is the one who sees through you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. All right, now I'm going to invite another veteran to our platform, and somebody whose platforms I've shared. She runs a multi-talented night where she invites singers, rappers, poets, and all sorts to share their pieces, called Your Gospel Night. I've performed there myself a couple of times, and now she's gracing us with her poetic pieces. So, Debbie, are you on, and are you able to unmute yourselves and come into the Zoom space?
Well, can you see me?
We can see you.
Oh, brilliant. Hi, everyone. This has been an awesome night. I've been listening to everyone. It's just been so phenomenal, top quality, and well done to the women that have been at your workshop. Amazing job. Awesome.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and then share your pieces with us.
Yeah, so my name's Debbie, and I used to write poetry when I was very young. Really loved it, loved the arts. I'm still waiting for God to bless me with this singing voice. I love to sing, but it's only literally for his ears only. So my platform basically, as Maureen said, is Your Gospel Night, and it's really showcasing people's gifts and their talents, and also helping to build their confidence and to grow their gifts, because oftentimes people have gifts and talents and they lay dormant. So my one has laid dormant. I haven't did poetry for years, but I've just started to pick up the pen and really kind of enjoying it. This one I actually wrote on Monday for International Women's Day. So I just wanted to just share this one with you. I hope that you enjoy it. Anyway, just remember, this is just like me just coming to you raw from in my car.
That's what
I've just finished work. So,
that's what we want, is you. We want you.
Absolutely. So I hope that you enjoy it. Today is International Women's Day. I celebrate you, woman, for all you do and all you carry each and every day. They say a woman's job is never done. I certainly know that one. We typically are the backbone in our homes, the glue, if you like, that keeps everything together. My children are now grown, but when they were all at home, there was never a dull moment. Someone had something to say or cry about. Mom, he won't let me watch my TV program. Mom, my trousers has a hole in the knee. Can you sew it up for me? Mom, I'm hungry. Can I have some toast and a cup of tea? Yes, yes, just leave me be while I fill in this form for your outing to go and see the wasps and the bees. I found myself saying the things my mum would say to me. You know, do you want me to give you something to cry for? If you play with fire, you'll get burned. You think I brought the pots out with me? You think money grows on trees? All in a Jamaican accent, may I add. I know I ain't alone in that, ladies. I know you must have done that too. Oh my, I'm turning into my mum. I had to reel that in quickly, take a different approach and bring it into the 21st century. I spoke to them and no longer beat them. I asked them about their feelings and explained their punishments. I even took the lead for their PlayStation. That one really hurt. No, I didn't beat them with it. I just took it. You see, I tried different tactics and I'm glad to say they worked. You see, I have 5 children. So I was like a buzzy bee, here, there and everywhere. I don't know if you have a large family like me, or just the 1 or 2 or none at all. We are still seen as the woman that must keep it moving, keep it together, show up and make an impact. Who was the person that said that? It's not as easy as that. Sometimes you're tired from work, tired from parenting, tired from relationships and all the in-between. You have to keep your head straight. Even when you have a million things on your mind, I need some time to unwind. I found myself saying, you must take time out for you. Do what you like to do. Go for a walk, get your nails done or hair, hang out with the girls, go shopping. Just do you for a change. It was never quite so easy. I would have to plan everything in my absence. When the kids would eat, do homework, tidy up, blah, blah, blah. That was a chore in itself. After I would do all that, sometimes I wouldn't even want to go nowhere. Too tired for explaining and planning their day. So ladies, it's our day. Utilize it. Go crazy. Do you, boo. Stay in bed late. Read a book. Play some music and dance wild. Eat the whole cake. Buy yourself some flowers. Do your hair, paint your nails, soak in the bath, put some candles around. Make yourself a special meal. Whatever you choose to do, despite the COVID restriction rules, just love on you. Don't wait for anyone to do it. Remember, they have given us just today to do it. So make it happen. That's me.
Thank you so much. I was saying to myself, don't listen to what she said about eat the whole cake. I don't need no help. I don't need no encouragement in that area. So I said, that doesn't apply to you, Maureen. That doesn't apply.
Just a small cupcake. A small cupcake.
All right, yeah. You see where my mind went? My mind went to a whole extra special.
I meant a cupcake, Maureen.
Made for 8. That's where I went. And then you were talking about cupcakes. No. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and putting us into your continued busy schedule. But we look forward to hearing more from you in the future. Thank you.
No worries.
All right, we are very swiftly approaching it. I always think I'm going to be, fondling around for things to do to fill the end, and it never happens. So I don't want to hold up the program anymore, and to invite our next guest up, a lady who goes by the name of Red Fox. Red Fox, are you with us and ready to unmute?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Brilliant. Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How is everyone? Good, I hope?
We are good. We're having a fantastic time, and I know that you are going to also blow us away with your pieces. So tell us a little bit about yourself and then go into your pieces for us.
So everyone knows me as Red Fox, but my name's Charlene. I've been writing poetry undercover for a while, and with lockdown and everything, I thought it's time to change. And just share. That's me. I'm mother of 2, and I turned 40 on Monday, so I think I'm having a moment. But yeah, I have 2 poems for you. One's called I Am a Woman, and the other one's called Wake Up. Enjoy, everybody.
Perfect. Go for it.
I am a woman. Do you see me? My stance, my outline framework like artwork, stained like glass. Be afraid. Don't throw stones at glass houses. We are not mice. Just a feline to an effect, striving to protect like lions and tigers and bears. Hourglass shaped with no time to waste. Marching through life with great pace. Reaching destinations you could only dream of. Fighting battles that no one has heard of. Maintaining my womanhood that God created. Making our own history to you that may be a mystery. How we smile through the underlined remarks, underlined divide, underlined categories and the tick box exercises. The most dangerous animal in the world is a silent, smiling woman. We are all human. Who died and made you the leader? Who told you that you are superior to me, to us? Systematic systems playing with our emotions. Think for your lives. Fight back for your own minds, your own thoughts, your own hearts. It's time to break the chains. It's time to make the change. It's time. Don't be afraid. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. Maya Angelou. We have better things to do with our times, other battles to fight, greater things to achieve. Sorry, not sorry, did I offend you? We are strong on the outside, thinking on the inside, but that will not last forever. I see right your eyes deep down inside. Pain will not last forever, but keep striving for better. Walking in the steps of our great-grandparents, making new paths of our great-grandchildren, always remembering our stance we strive to protect. From the lions and tigers and bears, because we are women, can you see us? So that's number one.
Thank you very much for that. All right, I'd like to invite our final invited guest up to the platform. It's a young lady who again is a bit of a veteran with us. She's been with us, I think, from the start. We're very pleased to invite her back, and she goes by the name of Anointed Sonnet. Will you unmute yourself and join us in the Zoom space?
Hello, everybody. Good evening or good night.
How are you doing?
I'm well, Maureen. Thank you for this chance to share.
That's all right. That's all right. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. All right. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then please go on to share your wonderful pieces.
Okay. Well, I've been writing poetry nearly enough since I was at school. For me, it's a very big part of my life in terms of being able to communicate. When I was younger, I wasn't really that verbal. I couldn't really get my words out verbally, so I wrote them down. I'm a mother of 2 beautiful boys, and yeah, that's about it from me.
All right, go on. Oh, sorry, go on. I was just gonna say, if that's it, then go on and share your pieces.
Okay. I haven't got a title for it yet. I read it some time ago, but here it goes. The striving of one's pen reflects again and again. Taste reaching for discipline, yet so many options, concoctions to comprehend, wading through fatigues, procrastinations laced with regret impede. Welcoming one into overwhelming goal abandonment jabs as sight's constitution takes a pelting. One's heart plies fueled by foreknown conclusion. Anointed hemoglobin redeems intentions resolution from was to innovations implementation infusions. As I inherit omnipresent spirit, all grander than Niagara's grandeur possesses my aspiration, and predestined desire erodes, surrenders lacerations, regrets self-condemnation, guilt's recrimination, and depression's inflammation. Divine fire injected through skeletal bone to marrow, gratifies, magnifies, amplifies, moaning, groaning, honing, placing, encasing, embracing of resoluteness. Like story of tortoise and hare, duration factors not. There will be hills, there will be valleys. One's journey, whether roaring serene or ragingly unhinged, is cemented in our potter's hands. I choose to engage in risk's propeller, wisdom's umbrella, understanding's transparency, and the knowledge's testimony. I choose fact over fiction, holy benediction over fable, originality over fallacy, optimism over pessimism. I choose to believe, to collect savior credit, to conceive, to manifest, whether in storm, trial, or test. I choose to be weird, spicy, fiery, soppy. I choose my coils, curls, and kinks. I choose to stay woke in liberty by creator of all you see and don't. All you hear and won't, all you taste and waste, all you smell and repel. I choose my melanin, constructed by the brilliance of magnificence. I choose like kings and queens before me, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, Dr. Ben Carson, Mary Jackson, Katherine Johnson, Bessie Coleman, Walter Tull, Dick Turpin, Harry Edward, Earl Cameron, Pauline Clothide, Enrique, Ralph Joseph Bunch, Garrett Morgan, to invest, thrive and study. I choose not to go with the flow. The sky is not the limit. The world is not my oyster. I choose the lover of my soul. Abundancy is for me. More than a conqueror, more than what you see. My history is that of pyramids, royal monuments, and information embedded in books, buried by oppression's crooks, enforcing the malnutrition of our education, inciting ignorance down through our nations, in misguided hopes of dismembering these elect joints, justified in light, glorified in our melanin. The more I discover, the more I recover treasure hidden in the dusk of deception. Whatever's concealed, light reveals for our interception, be it literal or for our protection. As new babe yearns for sustenance, I am a daughter taking the knee before author of humanity, awaiting solutions, guidance. I am a mother of two princes, taking the knee to convey violence. Prejudice and imprisonment are not the way. I am the wife of a king. By taking the knee, I endorse freedom from mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual slavery. I am loved, I am wanted, I am valued, I am in tune, I am connected, I am a soldier, I am an advocate, I am a vital variation, I am who, what, and precisely at this moment where God intends for me to be. I am free. Thank you.
Woo, 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 woo. Powerful stuff, powerful stuff. Thank you so much, Anointed Sonnet. Thank you. All right, well, that absolutely does bring us to the end of what has been another awesome night. I cannot tell you, and maybe other people wouldn't, be this open about what they're doing, but this is our third event. As I said from the beginning, it started from wanting to raise awareness around the book project, and it's grown and it's got legs of its own. I've to hear people from now India, Hungary, USA. It's been my privilege to really have all of these women share with us and to hear some of the fabulous pieces of work that's out there, and to see this platform grow in the way that it has. To say once again, thank you all so much for coming on, for sharing, for supporting your loved ones, for taking part in the open mic. It's been a wonderful evening. I've enjoyed it once again. And again, it's been my absolute privilege to sit at the helm of this and be a platform for all of the wonderful people that shared. If you're interested in sharing in the future, please get in contact and let me know, and we'll work something out. But once again, thank you also very much for joining us, for taking part, for being a supportive audience. And I hope to see you all at the next Poetry Salon. Good evening, everyone, and good night.